To the weekly training. This week, we are going to be talking about how to run your business as a business. Sheri Meissner is on, and she's going to do a training on some of the things that she did in her past business and that she's continuing to do with this business that are really helping to keep us on track in treating this like a business and really understanding how much money you're making. And actually, I'm looking forward to hearing her talk about it again, too, because those of you that know me really well know that I am not a very good bookkeeper at all with my finances, so I want to take some notes about what she's saying as well, and then after she's done, because she's in the van, so she can only talk for a few minutes, then I'm going to go into a little bit more about mega packs and, what the CEO mega packs are all about and how you would sell them to a business builder versus a hobbyist, and just some language to use in selling the mega packs. And I hope this is timely. I know that in the past, in December, they have had mega pack special. They have not officially said anything about that, so I don't know if they're going to do one this year, but we're all kind of in anticipation that maybe they will. And if they do, I want you guys to be prepared on how you can share mega packs with people that are already on your team or new people that you run into. So that is going to be the topic for today. We are going to jump right in to Sheri's piece on running your business as a business. So go ahead, Sheri, and take us away.
All right, thanks. So Anna and I have been talking, and a little bit that we were sharing about was when I started my past job, I wanted to prove to my husband that I could make money. And I kind of wanted to see myself, could I really make money with scrapbooking? And at that time, I was teaching full-time, and it was a goal of mine that if I could quit my job in 10 years was my goal, that if I could quit my job in 10 years and do this as a job. And I was actually able to quit my job like 2 or 3 years after beginning. And at the beginning, I definitely was more serious about bookkeeping, so I'm not going to say that's not maybe a huge strength of mine, but I wanted to give you some tips that really helped me as I got started to figure out how to make money and also how to make this a job, and also how to keep track on, showing yourself or showing your spouse or whoever that you can make income. And the same thing, we've heard that with heritage makers is, I just don't know how you actually are making money. I feel like I'm spending money, but I'm not making any. So I thought I would just share some tips that worked for me, and maybe it would be something that would work for you guys too. The first thing I did, which I still think is very important today, is to set up a separate checking account for your longevity business. And that is just, it's impossible. Well, in my books, it's impossible to keep track of things if I'm going to just mesh it with my family income. It's really hard to tell what I'm making and what I'm spending and whatnot. And also, if you have a goal to pay for, whether it's dinner out once a month or piano lessons or dance lessons or football or whatever, or a trip, it's really hard to know if you're saving towards those things and being able to pay for them if I'm paying for them out of my family income. So I want to make sure that I know that I am paying for, guitar lessons with my longevity money. So that's another reason that if that's my goal and how much I want to make, I want to be writing the checks from that checking account. So I would encourage you, especially if making money is something that you wish to do in longevity, and you're not just doing it to support your addiction, then I wanted to make sure you'd have that separate. And that was the other thing that I wanted to see in my past, business, was I making money or was I just supporting my addiction? And that's okay. The goal always was to get my scrapbooking stuff for free. That's my first and foremost goal, that I could have any scrapbooking stuff I want for free, so based on my earnings. So that is a great goal, and if that's all you need for your income, then that's great. But we're going to buy it from that separate checking account. So that, in my last one, if I wanted anything from the scrapbooking that I knew I was going to buy from my consultant, my original consultant, who I was, became a customer with, if I was going to buy something from her, like an album or pages or protectors or tape, then I paid myself back. Because I was going to buy that out of my family income anyway. So I didn't feel like it was fair to say, like, well, I'm making no money, but yet I was getting all my scrapbooking stuff for free. I really was making money. I wasn't paying anything out of my family account. So when I first started, whenever it was something that I needed or really was going to buy anyway from my consultant, I would pay myself back. So I would take money out of my family account and I would put it into my my scrapbooking account, I guess I would say, checking account. then as I got going, if I had an extra money, so like if my paychecks were building up and my checking, my scrapbooking checkbook was gaining some money, at that time is when I bought the fun stuff that I didn't typically, per se, like maybe wouldn't have bought. Like I typically didn't buy all the punches because my consultant that I went to her house had them. Well, now I wanted to start buying my own. So that was what I bought with my profits. And so for many years, I did just, I just bought, basically, supplied my addiction and bought all the punches and all the extras that I probably didn't need with my profits. And so that was great. That was my goal at that time. But then again, if I had a goal to pay for my guitar lessons, I would make sure I was paying for my guitar lessons out of my scrapbooking checking account because that's my profits. That's what I wanted to pay for. So this business is no different. I feel that I think because there's such a wide variety of products is that we feel as though we need it all, and as much as that's lovely, and of course we would love it all, you have to be smart with what you purchase based on what you can. And so the idea of transferring where you purchase things is where my motto is. And so if I'm going to swap where I shop, or if I'm going to transfer my purchases and I'm going to buy laundry detergent from Longevity now, then those are things that I was going to have to buy anyway. Like I have to buy laundry detergent. So I could take take the amount from my family account and put it into my Longevity account. And it may be more, but I feel like with the laundry detergent, you're going to use less. So I don't know, you got to kind of figure out what was your normal budget for that and pay yourself back. Because if you're buying laundry soap, you may not feel like you're really making profits, but you're taking it out of your family account. I hope that makes sense. So my idea, my plan, and I think a lot of people on our team's plan should be, is that we should budget for the $100 level in Longevity to swap where we shop. So for $100 a month, our goal is, because that's the IMD level, that's the $100 auto ship is where we all want to be in order to maximize the profits with Longevity. And so I would encourage all of you to think about what $100 could I, transfer my purchases, could I swap where I shop, and I could buy $100 worth of things that I was going to buy anyway and buy that instead from Longevity. And if it was me, what I like to do is transfer that $100 then from my family account into my Longevity account and say, $100, this is not extras. This isn't stuff that I don't need. This is stuff that's swapping, like laundry detergent. But my biggest one is gifts. I don't know about you, but I absolutely hate wandering the mall, and I hate wandering the aisles of Target and looking for a gift. And so often $100 is so easy to spend when I have, 2 birthday gifts and a housewarming and a baby shower or a wedding or anniversary, whatever it may be. $100 doesn't take much. It's not much to add up for presents when I buy for my kids' friends' birthday parties even, and my nieces and nephews. And so that $100, I'm going to have to buy my niece a birthday present anyway. But how cool now, like the other day I bought her an it was a hot chocolate sipping, ice cream scooping, Oreo dipping mug. Well, so I bought a mug from Heritage Makers, which was like $20-some. But I have to remember that if I wouldn't have bought that out of my Longevity or Heritage Makers money, I would have bought it from my family money. So in all reality, we should really be transferring that money from our family account to our Longevity account to show yourself that those are purchases I had to make anyway. And with greeting cards, I was just at the store yesterday looking at cards. Cards are somewhere between, lately, $3 and $10 for a greeting card. Well, if I'm sending my grandma a greeting card from Heritage Makers, and I can put a picture of the kids on it and personalize it and send it right to, great grandma down in Texas, that's so cool. But I have to remember that if I was going to go to the store and buy her a Christmas card, a nice card, it was going to cost me $3 to $5. And so again, that's another transfer purchase. And I think so fast we can send out these cards, and we can buy a peppermint gift for my Christmas exchange gift, and I can do all these things. And I'm taking it out of my Longevity money, but then I'm thinking, well, I'm not making any money. So you have to kind of really realize that a lot of time I'm really transferring where I purchase. If you want to be on the 90 for Life vitamins, I personally was never on vitamins, and I'm making a personal choice to want to be on them to, improve my health. And so that to me is not really a transfer purchase because I never bought vitamins before, but that's important to me. So I consider that part of my income. I consider being on the vitamins a benefit, so that is out of my profits. Since I want $100 purchase, I actually signed up my husband on my team, and I actually order my vitamins through him. So I have my husband as a gold, having the Healthy Body Pack on his auto ship. So I have an immediate IMD on my team. But I'm not looking at that as a transfer purchase. Now, if you took vitamins, you might be able to look at it as a transfer purchase. But instead, I'm looking at that as, I'm okay. That's where I want my profits, some of my profits to go. That's my choice. And we want to be at the $100 level because that's where, like I said, all the commission kicks in. And as you move up the ranks, so right away, many people, you and many on your team, if you're a leader, the $100 is a great level to be at if you're sharing with other people. Because then when you're sharing with other people throughout the month, you are getting the 30% commission on their first month's purchases. So that's why we want to be at the $100 level. As you rank advance, and it makes sense to rank advance, then your personal purchases do move up, and then you have to consider maybe transferring more of your items that you would typically buy, or you do have to consider that, part of your profit. But if you don't have downline, so an RMD is your first rank promotion that you need to increase your personal volume. If you don't have any downline in your fourth line and below, really, does it make sense for you to add that extra unless it's something you wish to, to purchase with your profits if you can't justify the transfer purchases. But you have to really consider that if I'm buying vitamins and I never bought them before, in my mind, that is part of my profits, and that is a perk to me, and it's important to me, so therefore I will continue to do that. And if you don't have, if $100 is too much, for you to say, well, there's no way, I don't spend $100. I can't justify transferring purchases of $100. I don't buy that many gifts every month, or like for me, oh my gosh, I plan ahead, so I'm already buying gifts for my mom that's in the spring, So I feel like if you plan ahead, you can, but if you don't, maybe you have a very tiny family and you don't buy many purchases, and I don't know, you don't need laundry soap. Just kidding. But what you could do is you can order, you want to always stay at the $100 level, because when you're sharing then, because if you're on this call, you're a business builder, so you are sharing the products with other people. When you're sharing, you want to maximize your profits. So you might want to consider getting to that $100 by maybe offering to purchase and something for a new customer. Or maybe your mom never signed up, but your mom wants to try some lavender oil. You could buy that for that person. So you could buy that border maker case for your customer that calls you, or you could buy that lavender oil for your mom that she's not very tech savvy and doesn't want to get on the computer. And you could order that in your $100 auto ship, or with your gold club with Heritage Makers. And I'm not going to make commission on that, but my mom's going to pay me back for the lavender, and so it helps me reach that $100 level without spending $100 that month, and then that kicks in the maximum earning potential commission once I'm at that $100. So even though I don't make commission on that border maker case, my customer, that she doesn't own a computer, it helps me kick in the commission that we all want to be at that $100 level, especially, or beyond, I should say. So just think, like, I've always worn mineral makeup before. Most women wear makeup, so that's an easy transfer purchase. Really think about gifts. That is not your profits. That's a transfer purchase. Even hand soaps and all the cool things you can make out of the oils. Like, my gosh, I have really decreased the medications I've bought, or over-the-counter things with the oils, and you can make lots of the lemon soap for disinfectants. And sole purpose, you can make lots of different lines of different things with the hand soaps and different things that I would typically have bought from Bath and Body Works. You can also buy the soups from the Go Food lines that people rave about that really are not that more expensive than a soup mix from my grocery store bill. And I buy those soup mixes anyway, so that's a transfer purchase. And so you really have to think about that. So if you're transferring purchases, I would really highly encourage you to pay yourself back from your family account, because it's not fair to say you're not making money, but you bought a pack of soup for your family to eat that you normally would have bought at the grocery store instead. So I hope that gives you some ideas. Once we're at the $100 level, then we want to make sure that if you have additional things to order, or the $150 or whatever level you're at, you do want to make sure you maybe rewatch the workshop webinar where Anna and I kind of shared how you can earn 30% commission on additional things that you would need or things that you would transfer purchases on. So I hope that's what you were kind of thinking, Anna.
Yeah, no, that was perfect. I mean, I'm terrible for not transferring my money, and I just spend it all out of the same account. And, you know, when people say, how much money did you make? I have no idea, really, because I'm buying presents. And, you know, like you were talking about that peppermint salt and the peppermint, I forgot what it was called, but the holiday one that's like $35. I bought a couple of those for gifts for my sister and my mother-in-law, and I think they're going to make great presents. And it's, yeah, I should pay myself back for that because I don't even think about it. That's a good practice to keep. And
even if you can do it for the first 6 months, or if you can do it from January for 1 year or 6 months, just to give yourself a handle where you're at, where are you spending your money, what did I take as profits? Because then as your longevity checking account grows, that's when you can say, oh my gosh, I've got an extra $100 in here. Do I want to take my family out to dinner with my profits? Do I want to save it for a vacation? Or do I want to go and try, you know, the CM cream? You know, so then you decide what you want to do with your profits, but then you can show yourself that you are, because you're going to buy your mom and your sister's gifts anyway. You have to either go to Target or you buy something from Longevity. Why not buy something from our store?
Right, absolutely. There's so many things that you can use as gifts in here with the coffee, and then all of the Heritage Makers things that you can make. There's just so many cool things that you can do for gifts. And then also, you know, when people come to you to ask for donations, which many of us get that a lot, where people say, hey, can you donate something? Then, you know, you can give them an item, and that can be part of your, you know, transfer purchase, because donations come out of your personal budget really anyway.
Yes. Yes.
The other thing that just kind of falls really nicely in line with is I just actually got off the phone with Keith, and we were talking about, you know, just the benefits of having this be a real business and having an LLC versus just doing it, you know, how in the past we just filed under our own personal taxes. And you absolutely can continue to do that, but one of the things that if you do decide that you wanted to have more of a business where it's like, I just bought the scanners, which it's kind of a big investment, so I'm interested to see how that's going to run. And I'm going to start, you know, offering that at events where people can scan items in if they want. Like, I have a lot of customers that have old traditional books that they want to turn into digital books. So now I'm charging for services. And when you're doing events and you're collecting money, you're charging for services. And so all that money has to go into your income as well. But that isn't 1099 from Longevity. So you have to track all of that money coming in as income, but just in a separate category. And so having a separate account, if you did decide to open up an LLC, you have to have a separate checking account anyway. So it's a really good practice. If you already have one, then it's perfect, you know, rather than it all being mixed in with your family budget. All right. Well, thank you so much, Sheri. I really appreciate it, and I hope that people take that seriously with the transfer purchase, because I think we're all kind of guilty of it. We're sort of like, oh, I want that, just buy it. I want that, just buy it. And then, you know, all of a sudden you come to the end of the month and you're like, wow, I don't have any money left in here. What happened to it all? So,
and it's good to show yourself and to your spouse or someone else that you are, or mostly yourself, that you are making money on this. It's just different. So
yeah. The other thing, too, that I would really highly encourage you to do with that money, like Sheri was talking about taking it out, you know, if you have an extra $100, you could say, well, what else do I want to get for myself? If you are traveling to conventions and if you're, you know, looking at training and stuff, if you kind of budget out, okay, typically they've been in California and the ticket's going to cost about $500 and registration's about $200 and I know I'm going to want to shop while I'm there and whatever else. If you get that price in your head, let's say it's $800, divide it by 12 and save that much money each month extra in that account, then it won't be such a big expense when you have to go, pay for those things. So keep it in the account, let it ride until you can buy those tickets. Okay, does anybody have any questions at all about that? All right. Well, thanks again, Sheri. I know you have to hop off, and I appreciate your time and doing a presentation on the road. All right. Well, I'm going to bounce into the CEO Mega Pack section, and I'm pretty sure that everybody on this call understands what a CEO Mega Pack is, but I want to go over it again just in case people listen to the call that aren't business builders or are new. And, sometimes people get confused and they say, oh, I'm a CEO, and they don't really know what that means. So I just kind of want to go over what a CEO Mega Pack is. So basically the CEO Mega Pack is a grouping of products that are related to a particular brand within Youngevity. And what they do is they group those products together to make it a business builder kit. Now you can come into the business with the $10 option and you're still part of the business. It's just when you purchase this particular thing called a CEO Mega Pack, and any one of them, it opens up sections of the career plan that aren't available in any other way. So nobody that comes in as a $10 consultant would be able to get these additional career plan options. Every one of the CEO Mega Packs, I don't know if you guys were aware of this because it's not really in the documentation, but it includes admission to all CEO schools around the country for just $25. That's a phenomenal price. The one that I went to in Baltimore, I felt like the training was just as quality as the training that I got at the Anaheim convention. So for $25, you're getting 2 full days of training, and it's very specific training with the leaders in that area and about the products, and it's really, really good training. So you can go to as many of those as you want. You can go to every one of them for the rest of your time in Youngevity. So it's a $25 fee to attend those trainings if you're a CEO. You're not invited to the CEO schools if you're not a CEO. So that's a perk that's included with all of the CEO Mega Packs. Currently, all of the packs are $4.99 wholesale, and you do receive $500 in qualifying volume, and you're going to get some bonus value in there, but it is not equal to $500. It's depending on which pack you get, the bonus value varies. Somewhere between $110 and $130 is about what you're going to get in bonus value for the Mega Pack. So if you have a new person join your team, you're going to have 130-ish, let's say, that you're going to get quick start commission if you're at that $100 auto ship level. So right now, there's obviously several varieties of the Healthy Body one, and there's a new one that's out there, and I'm not really sure when it showed up in the last couple weeks, which is a little combo pack in the Healthy Body. There's essential oils and makeup, the Heritage Makers, the MK Collab, and I threw a couple pictures on here just so that you could see what they look like. But this one just showed up in the system. I'm not really honestly sure how long it's been there, but I didn't notice it before. It's called the CEO Combo Mega Pack, and it has a digestion pack, and it has a bone and joint pack in it. It has some Go Foods in it. It has Rebound and Sweeties and the CM cream. It seems like there was something else in it too, but it has kind of a little bit of a variety of different products in it. So I think that's a pretty cool thing, to get a little bit more of the packs. The thing is, though, that this one doesn't have is the stick packs, and the stick packs are great to give out for samples. So this one might be something for somebody who's more of a hobbyist, but a health enthusiast that wants to try a bunch of our products. So this might be a solution for them because it has the Healthy Body pack in it. In fact, it has 2 of them. So they still get the 2 that they get in these. It's just they're not getting the stick packs. Instead, they're getting different products that they can try. And I love that, they have the canister of Rebound and the Sweeties, and it has the glucogels, the enzymes, the floras. A lot of the very popular products are in there. And again, I should have wrote down exactly what it is in, but you can check it out as the CEO Combo Mega Pack. And then obviously there's the 2 normal mega packs, the 2.0 and the regular, the original. And then there's several varieties. I just stuck out the Biomedics one here, but there's a Health Harmony, there's a Liver Pure, and I honestly don't even remember all of the other different ones, but essentially each brand has a mega pack, the Heritage Makers, the oils, the makeup. And some of them have a much higher value, product for product, than others. And the reason for that is some of them are less expensive to make. So you can price them all out. I haven't priced all of them out. I did price out just the standard 2.0 mega pack that is part of the, the flyer that we get, that is the CEO mega pack flyer. And if you price that one out, the total value, not including the fact that they're getting the CEO school and they're getting all of the, the materials, the marketing materials in it, is $531.50. So that is this 2.0 Healthy Start Pack. They're getting 2 of the Healthy Body Packs for $118. They're getting a box of body trim, a box of Rebound, a box of Saxy, and a box of Pollen Burst, plus a box of Tangy Tangerine, and then the CM cream. And if you price those out individually, it comes out to $531.50. So for the $4.99, they're getting a little bit more than what they paid for. And on top of that, they are, like I said, getting the career plan opened up for them, and they're getting the extra perk of getting the $25 trainings at the CEO school. So the best value of all of them, and I don't have it written down anywhere. I wrote it once at an event, and then I didn't keep it. I'll have to rewrite it out again, but it is the essential oils. The essential oils has the highest value, and it was over $700 of oils that you're getting in here, because in this pack, you're getting the Results Now kit, which is $175. You're getting the new blend pack, which is 8 oils that are another, I believe it's another $175. Plus, you get a ton of extra oils. There's lavender, peppermint, lemon, dill, GI Purify, black spruce, basil, green mandarin, jasmine, frankincense, and lavender, and then you get a grapeseed blending oil. Plus, you're getting 10 Results Now booklets, the bag that it all comes in, some aroma share flyers, and a DVD. So it came out to be just over $700 worth of products that you're getting in that particular kit. So as you're deciding which one you want to focus on and which one you want to sell, you kind of have to think about who the people are that you're going to be selling these kits to and how you're going to sell them. And if you have a business builder, which obviously it's a no-brainer that you're going to sell a business builder a CEO pack. Oh, I was just going to say, if anybody has any questions, you can pop the questions in, and Andrea, you can interrupt me at any time if there's anything that you see that is important. So if you're offering this up to a business builder, really, like I just talked about, the value of the cost of the products, every one of them is slightly over the $4.99 or more over the $4.99. None of them are under the $4.99, so they're getting more value for what they buy. Some of them are going to have a lot more samples in them, so it's a nice way for people to have quick samples to give out to people, those $25 training events. And then the bottom part of the career plan. For the business builder, this is the most important thing to focus on, the coding bonus, the car bonus, the stock options. And for those people that like recognition, the jacket recognition and is only available if you're a CEO. But if you are somebody who is a hobbyist or a part-timer, that bottom half of their career plan maybe isn't going to be the most important thing to them. So what you want to focus on for them is that value and the cost of the product, and explaining that those products are really enough to get your family healthy. If we're talking about any of the healthy body packs in general or the essential oils pack, that pack has enough products in it that if you bought them all individually for your family, you would need just about everything in there in order to get your family to where they want to be with the healthy body packs, the Tangy Tangerines, the Osteo. So if you explain to them how it's more of a family pack and it's opening up the career plan for future possibilities if they ever change their mind and want to be a little bit more aggressive in building their business, that it's really just setting them up. So if somebody was coming to you and they said, no, I don't really want to do this as a business, but on their order form they told you that they wanted to get a healthy body pack for themselves, a healthy body pack for their husband, that they were having some, bone and joint issues, so they wanted to order the CM cream, and their kids play sports and they're going to get Rebound, and their order was, let's say, $372, and that's what they wanted to get. That is somebody that you would definitely go, okay, I can order that all separately for you, or you could get this $500 kit, which includes a lot of the products that you're interested in, and you're setting yourself up in order to make this be a business in the future if you so choose, and you're getting actually a little bit more money. So that's more of the way that you would position it for that person that's the hobbyist or the part-timer. So the language that I wanted to share with you that you can use in selling these mega packs, the most important thing is you really have to know the audience of who you're talking to. If you have somebody, most people don't come up to us and say, I want to build a business. If they do, we know the language to use there. We're ready to teach them about how they can make money. But most of the time people come up to us and they're not sure. And we talked about this last week when we were saying, what's a preferred customer, what's that person that wants to just do the $10 level because they're dabbling a little bit, and who's the person that wants to be a business builder. That person that's dabbling a little bit, that's where I would generally go to the fact that this is a family pack. It's an all-in-one kit. It has everything that you need, that type of language, and less about you can get $25 training when you go all over the country. Because most people that are doing this as a hobbyist aren't even thinking about traveling all over the country for the training, or the fact that they're going to be able to get jacket recognition. That's not going to be of significant value to somebody that tells you they're just doing this to get their own stuff for free. So really, you really have to sell the fact that there's enough product in here to get you all in your family where you want to be and get everybody healthy. And I want to encourage you that the career opportunity isn't for everybody, but that doesn't mean that the mega pack isn't for everybody. So if you look at what's in that mega pack, and again, remind yourself that they can buy the mega pack as a customer, and if they change their mind in 6 months and they suddenly go, holy cow, this stuff has made me feel amazing, I want to go out and tell the world about it, you don't have to say, okay, hold up, you need to go buy the mega pack now before you tell anybody about it. Hold up. They can they're already in position to start telling people as soon as they start those results. And any one of us that has been taking these products, just about all of us have had some great story to share, and if you haven't, your story is coming. As soon as you have that story about something that's changed, you're going to start shouting it from the rooftops, even if you didn't intend to do that in the first place. I've heard person after person that came over with me from the scrapbooking side that has said, including myself, I will never sell vitamins, and all of a sudden I'm telling everybody now about vitamins, and I'm talking more about essential oils and vitamins than I am about scrapbooking because it's impacted me and my family so much more. So,
Anna?
Yeah.
Hi, I have one question, and I can comment sometime on selling the CEO pack to someone who's not even interested in business. So whenever you want that.
Yeah, absolutely. Jump in and say it.
Okay. All right. Well, first I'll ask the question. That might send you down a, well, maybe I'll tell you the other part and then ask the question because that might send you on a rabbit trail. Okay. I had a girlfriend that I'm friends with, but we also used to run together, and she stopped running because she was having so much pain. And so she's an avid exerciser. She started biking. Her and her husband are big bikers. And so we got together with them, Mark and I, and told them about, what we were eating and what we were doing. Not really as a business, just told them, like, this is making us feel better. And, I'd started running again, and I wasn't having any of the pain that I had before. And I just shared it. We just shared it with them. We just said, you know what, this is making us feel better. And, they're our age or a little bit older. And we just said, hey, we don't know if it would help you or not, but if you're interested, this is what it's about. So they talked, and we gave them some samples. And then I ended up meeting with her again separately, and she said, well, I think we both want to get the Healthy Body Pack. And she goes, and maybe we want to try some of that pollen burst because that was really, we like that. And I said, okay. Well, then my brain went ding, ding, ding. They need the whole Healthy Body Pack. I suggested it to her. This is probably not a good reason why, but I knew she could afford it. And I think sometimes we're afraid to share the CEO pack because we think it's so expensive. it's a big investment, and a lot of us made it because we are a business person and we're thinking business-minded, and we think, oh, the average person wouldn't buy it. But that's not a good barrier to throw up for yourself, because we really don't know what people have in their wallet and what they'll invest in their health. So people will invest more money in their health than they will in scrapbooking, is what I found. So anyway, I just said, hey, there's this pack, and it's got all this stuff in it, and I showed it all to her. And we even did the math and added it all up, and it wasn't that big of a savings. But what I pitched it to her on was, you're going to get both healthy body packs. Your auto ship's going to get set up automatically, and it has all these great samples in it that you guys can just try, and you don't have to worry about figuring out what you want to get started with. And she did it. So, now they're finishing their first month, and she's fixing her auto ships for what she's going to get next time. And that was the first time I had this friend, customer, healthy person decide to get the CEO pack. So that's how that worked for me.
That's exactly what I was trying to get across. So I'm so glad that you had a story to share, because I've had several people that's been the case. They're like, well, I want the healthy body pack, and I want to get one for my husband. And then there's generally one other $30, $45 thing that they want. They want the body trim, or they want the rebound, or they want the pellet burst. It's generally one of those three. So as soon as they tip the scales past that second healthy body pack and add something in, that's where it doesn't matter if they want to have a business. They might not want to have a career in this. They can still get that healthy body pack, get all of that stuff, get started, and when they start having results and start sharing it, they don't have to think about, well, now what do I have to do? They're already there. They're already set up to go.
Yeah, so that was fun to have that happen. And then on a side note, the question that was put in there was about, do we make money on people that purchase CEO packs downline from us? So I didn't know if you wanted to go that direction, but that was the question that was asked.
Well, I can explain it real quick. So if somebody signs up as a CEO, of course, that's the whole reason that we have the coding bonuses. If you sign somebody up direct to you, you make a $100 fast start bonus automatically, regardless of what your rank is, and then you make a coding bonus. And the coding bonus generally, it's dependent on what your rank is. Now, if somebody in your second line signs up, or your third line, or your fourth line, you don't make that $100 fast start. That goes to the person that actually enrolled the CEO. But the coding bonus, again, is based on the rank. So if that person downline from you was a lower rank than you, you're going to get the coding bonus at your rank minus what they were paid out in coding bonus. So, for example, if you're an SDMD, you normally would get a $100 coding bonus. If somebody in your first line was an RMD, and they normally get paid $15, they would get paid the $15, and you would get the remaining $85. And that goes all the way down to infinity for the coding bonuses. So the higher up your rank and the more people on your team, the bigger your coding bonus checks are. And remember, those are paid out weekly. And those can be a significant portion of money as you're bringing more CEOs in. Somebody asked, and I don't know if it was today or, there's a lot of people asking about the essential oils kit. They want to buy that even though they're already a CEO. You don't want to buy a second CEO kit if you're already a CEO, because you're not getting any of the benefit. You can buy the product pretty much individually, and almost, like I showed you in that Healthy Body one, it's only a $36 difference, and you don't need the benefit of the coding bonus and the jackets and all that. You already have it. So in that case, I would recommend signing up someone else in your family to buy the a second CEO kit if you really want that. So don't buy a second one under your own ID, though, because there isn't any benefit to buying a second one. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is, so let's say that now you get it and you're going to start sharing mega packs with those hobbyists and the part-timers and the business builders. But you already have a bunch of people on your team that maybe have joined for the $10 and they're just starting to kind of tap into things. You're bringing them on board as maybe they're starting off slow and they're getting into this, and then you can grow them into the mega pack. And they can purchase that mega pack at any time. You still get the $100 fast start bonus, and you still get the coding bonus any time that they upgrade to the mega pack. So this is a conversation that you could start having with people as they're starting to dabble. Like one of the things Sheri said is, well, maybe you want to try this, maybe you want to try that, and you're looking at transferring the purchases. Well, this is one of the ways that you could do that with your extra profit that you've put in there. You can put that towards, instead of dabbling and trying the steam clean this month and the rebound next month and the body trim the month after that, you can take all of the profits, buy the CEO Mega Pack, have all the samples so that you can start using them all right away, and you're upgraded to be in line for all of your coding and so forth. So there's always going to be people that aren't ready to buy that Mega Pack at first, even business builders, that they're not ready to take the plunge. That shouldn't stop them from coming on board and trying something. If they want to come on for $10 and buy a healthy body pack, welcome them on board, let them try it. When they feel great, they're going to go, oh gosh, now I want it more. What else can I do? And that's when, you know, you grow them into that Mega Pack. Now, if you find somebody that tells you they want to make $500 or more a month, that right there, the only route that they need to go is Mega Pack. So if people are saying they want to make, you know, $150, $200 once to help pay for gymnastics or, you know, something smaller, they might be that hobbyist part-time person that you don't have to have this conversation with. But if somebody comes to you and says, I need to make $500 or $1,000 a month, I have to do that in order to pay whatever the bill is, their car payment or part of the mortgage or whatever it is that they have to do in order to get by, if you tell them just to join for $10, you are doing them such a disservice, because they can make that $500 back that they're investing in the Mega Pack in that first month by sharing the kit with 3 other people. So if they're seriously needing to make money, the only route that really is acceptable is going the CEO Mega Pack route if they're somebody who really wants to make money. There is no coming in for $10 and testing it out with a $30 order. You're not going to make money with a $30 order. I mean, it just logically doesn't even make sense. So if they really do want to make money, that is the route you have to go. And like Andrea said, you don't know what people's finances are. You know, we talked about this in our last job. I was always shocked, and I'm a terrible salesperson. I say this all the time, and people will come to my events, and I sometimes would talk them out of stuff because I would think, oh, goodness, you don't have the money to afford that rolling cart for $110. You don't really need it this month. And I just needed to shut up and let them spend it. If they wanted to buy that thing, it's their prerogative. And the same thing with this. If you offer it up and you show them the value of it, why wouldn't they want it? There's great products in it. They said that essential oils kit, that thing has $700 and some in it worth of essential oils. And there's a great value in that kit. So if we offer it up to the people, it is their choice to decide if they want to purchase it or not. And again, if they do, and you teach them how they can get 3 people that also want that kit, they're going to make their $500 back. So Andrea, do you have anything you want to add to any of it, or were there any other questions?
Let me run back by the computer. I'm kind of being mobile around the house here. 1 second. I'll try.
Oh, no problem, no problem. So if you do have any other questions, you can pop them in there and ask away. And for those of you that aren't 100% sure what's in the Heritage Makers Mega Pack, I'm going to run through that again. Nothing changed. It's still 350 points in Heritage Makers points, and there's still 2 coupons in it. One of the coupons is for a canvas, and one of them is for a purse. We get 70% off, and you do have to pay cash for the additional 30% on those. It doesn't come out of your points. And then there is a pack of catalogs and a bag that comes in there, a Heritage Makers tote bag. And there's a 8x8 storybook sample. Now we have been talking to Youngevity about putting together a sample kit for us, kind of sort of like that sample or the combo pack that they talked about, but instead of, or not talked about, the one that I showed you a few minutes ago that's out there, but instead of the combo having just Youngevity products, we're hoping to get one that's a combo pack that will have a variety of products, like maybe a couple essential oils, a couple botanical spa, maybe lotion or cleanser, some Heritage Makers, some Our Memories for Life. You know, just sort of a variety pack is what we're calling it, that would have a little bit of everything in it. Maybe a pair of earrings from MK Collab. So and it would have a healthy body pack, of course. But we're kind of trying to work with them on coming up with something like that, and I'm hoping at the beginning of the year, maybe in the first quarter, we might have an additional CEO pack that we can offer to people that's kind of more in line with our brand brochure. So that's something that we have. I mean, don't quote me on anything. I'm just guessing a time frame. I don't know how quick they could have it done or exactly what will be in it, but that's sort of the direction we're going, that we're hoping. I think we'll be able to sell a lot more of those if we have that variety pack that matches with the brand brochure, where we can say, look at all of the different things that we have in our longevity mall, and here's some of those products are in this mega pack. So any other questions about anything?
I answered it, but the question was, do we make money if the person that already purchased a CEO buys a second one? That was their question.
You don't.
So,
right. You don't. You would get the quick start on the bonus value, but you're not going to get the $100 again fast start, and you're not going to get any additional coding bonus on it. So that's why it doesn't really make sense to buy a second CEO kit under somebody who's already a CEO. That's where you would want someone else in your family to sign up as a CEO.
That's it.
All right. Well, if nobody else has any other questions, then we will sign off for now. And we're going to do these calls in January. I have a new registration link I'm going to put out there. We'll do one more next week, and then we'll take off 2 weeks over the Christmas break, and then we'll start up again in January, same time, and I'll have a new registration link that I'll send out for everybody to register for it. And same deal, we'll record them always and post them out there for you to re-listen to. So thank you all for being on, and I appreciate your help, Andrea. Thanks so much.
And everybody, just so you know, Anna has a YouTube channel that she uploads all these recordings to. It makes it super duper easy to find them. If you know you want to send one to someone on your team, like I had someone that wanted to understand the workshop, what do you guys call it again? Having a customer underneath you, a preferred customer that you saw your workshop
model.
Through.
Yep.
Yeah, and so it was so easy for me to find that link, and then I told her to subscribe to it so she could continue to get the most recent ones. So
yeah, and that one, just so you know, a lot of people can't watch the GoToMeeting webinars for whatever reason. You can't watch them on iPads and stuff, so I do post out that YouTube channel is one word, The DigiGal, TheDigigal, like the digital, but The DigiGal, one word, and when you put it into YouTube the first time, it's going to try and auto-spell correct it to digital, but just say no and leave it as The DigiGal, single word. And when it pops up, just subscribe to it, and then every week you'll see the new video that I upload from the week to that channel. So they're all there, and you guys can watch them. And hopefully the new website that I'm working on will be up in the beginning of the new year, and it'll have a tab for all of, it'll do the YouTube videos again, but hopefully I'll be a little bit nicer organized than YouTube is, because they're all just kind of in a pile there by date, Okay, everybody, thanks again, and we'll talk to you next week.